Last week in the penultimate race of the season at North Wilkesboro, the trucks swirling around the short track resulted in racing so hot the chickens at nearby farms were pooping out scrambled eggs and exploding. The Macho Man Randy Savage was dominant from the outset, while most eyes were on Mark Martin's chances to clinch the Jenkins Cup. During the first round of pit stops, Oscar the Grouch experienced a nasty flash on pit road, symbolizing owner Jacob Indiana's bad luck in the second half of our season. The race was then hit with a few quick cautions. First, it was Rod Woodson spinning around Doc Holliday, followed by Troublemaker Gritty saying "Sick Semper John Wilkes Boothus" and sending the 24 surfing into the wall. During the final round of pit stops, Albert Einstein put a dent in Joe Dirt's chances at the Jenkins Cup by suplexing him on pit road and putting him 4 laps down. As the race climaxed, Randy Savage capped off a 1997 Jeff Gordon-esque performance, leading 149 of the 160 laps and cruising to his second win of the season, while Mark Martin finished enough points ahead of John Denver and Bob Vila to clinch the individual points championship. And we are here. You see Mark Martin, red number 832, just pretend he doesn't exist, because now it's all about John Denver, Bob Vila, and Nathan Jessup, and maybe Newman and Joe Dirt and Julie. I don't know. As you know, I'm giving away $100, but only $90 because now I finished. I'm guaranteed to finish above the top YouTube commenter, so that's $10 knocked off the total $100 I'm giving away. $45 goes to the winner of this. $45 goes to the win of the Owners Championship on the next page we'll talk about shortly. And you have John Denver, Bob Vila, and Nathan Jessup separated by 4 points. And, you know, Newman, Joe Dirt, Julius Caesar, all these other trucks, down to Hank Hill anyway. They're mathematically still in it. And but we're just going to keep an eye on John Denver and Bob Vila and Nathan Jessup. If all 3 of those trucks drop in this race, then we'll start peeking and seeing where Newman and Joe Dirt are at. But as it stands, only the top 10 AI trucks make it into the eventual Legend Series that we're going to be running. And Mark Martin and Julius Caesar over there on the left are exempt. They're not allowed to be in the Legend Series. Nathan Jessup is, because I like his truck. So there are 2 spots over on the right. Whoever finishes in the top 2 spots over on the right list will make it into the Legend Series. Right now it's Fleetwood Mac and John Wilkes Booth, and I want to get your mom in there, so we'll see what happens. But then MacGruber, look at MacGruber right under your mom. We'll talk about MacGruber right now. This is the Owners Championship, and we're talking about MacGruber. B. Spenny there, 24 points behind Chad Crow. I think when the green flag drops, B. Spenny will be in the lead, because Chad Crow has 2 of his trucks starting near the back of the pack here. B. Spenny has some trucks, I think, near the front or mid-pack. But this is another case of we're going to be watching Chad Crow and B. Spenny's trucks. Basically, if Chad Crow has his trucks in the bottom 10, that's when we start trying to do some math and seeing where R.A. Kaiser, Dumbman Low, and all those other trucks are at. But I think it's a 3-team battle. The most points you can gain as a team is 120. There's a 47-point difference between first and 40th. And, you know, add in some bonus points here or there. It's around 120. I don't know if it's exactly that, but you can see Bryce, Matt Geiger, Campbell Racing, and Jacob Indiana have been officially eliminated from winning the Owners Championship. It was a great season. And we'll have a lot of time for, teary-eyed goodbyes after the race. But we're going to get into it here. But not yet, because we are unveiling the mod we're using in our next season, which is going to be in August. Maybe before that. We'll talk about that after the race. First up, it was rumored, and it is true. The Statue of Liberty will be in our next season. She'll be driving the Liberty Mutual number 90 in the next gen. I got the next gen mod looking good and working. So Lady Liberty's going to be all business in that next season. In the Chevy Camaro. In the Toyota Camry is Larry Bird. the hick from the sticks or whatever they call him. NBA great. Flying the Boston Celtics colors. No boy. Driving the Ford Mustang next season. It is the Jolly Green Giant in the number...
You son of a bitch.
Yeah, Andre, I know. We said, hey, only one Giant is allowed in each season. And Jolly Green Giant snuck in there. Maybe he
Unbelievable.
might have slipped me some money here to get into the series.
Unbelievable.
That's just politics. And you signed a 1-year contract that you have to be with us next year.
You motherfucker.
Gentlemen, start your engines, brothers!
Down. Somebody call Andre down. We're on the air. Hey, folks. This is Steve. We are live here at Atlanta for the season finale, the Country Crock 170 at the 1980s version of Atlanta. It's been a great season, and it's going to be some hot action here. Both championships are up for grabs. It's just going to be hot stuff. Now, Andre, not only did you sign a 1-year contract for PBS Sports next year, you also have this race to cover, and you got to do your job. What do you got down there?
Yeah, Steve, listen, I got to be the bigger man here, and if there's anybody that knows about being the bigger man, it's me. So I'll plow through. I'll be in my feelings for a while, but I'll get over it, and at the same time, if I hope the Jolly Green Giant dies in a fire. Like, that's where I'm at right now. That's where my headspace is at. But anyway, the field is on the backstretch. The Guinness Book of World Records is here. There's about 20 or 30 adjudicators or, people that certify the records. We are setting the record for most erections in one place at one time. Something I've never seen before. It'd be weird if I had seen something like that before, but this is just a sight to behold here, in the front grandstands. The green flag has dropped. As you mentioned in the pre-race, Steve, we'll be keeping an eye on Alex Trebek and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Chad Crowe's trucks. And if they drop, then we start thinking about where B Spinney's at. And at the same time, we'll see where Bob Vila and John Denver are at. And if they drop, then we start looking at these other trucks. Mark Martin started P something here, but he started near his teammate Nathan Jessup. And if Nathan Jessup can finish second in the points, he will save Steve or Mark or whoever's running this. He'll save them an extra $10. And whoever's running this whole thing is going to save an extra $10, only have to give away $80. So Mark Martin's really going to try to find his teammate and try to push him to the front and win the points championship above the top YouTube commenter. I'm going to stay with you through the Bee Gees clock, just so you know we're done. I didn't set the Bee Gees clock, but 30-second laps. We can go about lap 8 will be the Bee Gees clock. A lot of hot action at the front of the pack. Newman for Chad Crowe started up there, and he's running P2. That's not good for B Spinney. What else we got here? Joe Dirt is in P4. That's good for him. I mean, he's got to finish as well as he can, and just hope all these other drivers fall. John Denver right now is back here in the low 30s, 31, 32, something like that. Bob Vila's into the high 20s. Nathan Jessup and Bob Vila are almost racing side by side up there. But it looks like Nathan Jessup is making his way to the front. That's very promising for Mark Martin. I think Nathan Jessup started on the inside line, which was that gives him a ticket to the front. Something we neglected to mention in the all the pre-race festivities is you can make a lot of moves here in Atlanta. If you remember last season, D.B. Cooper, the eventual points champion, made a big push during the race from the back of the pack and got near the front. I forget the exact numbers, but we're going to see some big numbers in the early movers and shakers, I feel. And even as the race wears on, we might see some moves, and we have one random caution. And I think that's all I got, but I'm going to stay with you until that Bee Gees clock is through. Nathan Jessup and Alex Trebek. Alex Trebek and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar for Chad Crow are making their way up through the field already in the low 20s. And the pit window here was accurate in the field in the race analysis that PBS showed, but I'm not exactly sure how long NASCAR adjusted the fuel windows here right before the race to make them a little bit shorter, the pit windows shorter. So we'll just have to keep an eye on that. But regardless, we'll be getting a field snapshot too, and we're on lap 8. So up to you, Steve.
All right, thanks, Andre. He'll get over it. Again, you have to honor the contract you signed. And if the Jolly Green Giant does die in a fire, Andre the Giant is going to be in a lot of trouble. He will be the primary suspect there. You can't say that on the air with about 1.3 billion people watching this live broadcast of the hottest race of the season. There's a lot of people that heard that. You're not going to be able to hide that. So right now we have John Wilkes Booth out in the lead, but I think there's like a yellow truck up there. Dorothy or Fleetwood Mac. Ron Guay has all of his trucks right now in the top 10. I mean, he's battling. He's still in the points race, and it depends. Who knows what happens here? We can have we have one random caution, as Andre said, and this track has been known to. There have been some issues here at Atlanta with the AI, with all the evenly matched cars trying to get down on the pit road. It's an awkward entry, and I have seen wrecks here. We'll most likely have a turn 3 cam set up. Meanwhile, Nathan Jessup is taking care of business for me, really making his way up to the front. That's exciting to see. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, though, has made his way up to I'm going to stop talking because Andre's going to get jammed up because that's his deal. But that field snapshot will be coming up shortly. I got Nathan Jessup on the outside. I want him to kind of tuck back down here. I'm not going to hurt the field behind me. I'm going to... I'm not going to just put on my brakes here and hold everyone up so Nathan Jessup can get in front of me. But if it's there and it's reasonable, I'll try it. Oh, shit. I have the car sound pack loaded here, I think. Yeah, I have the car sound pack loaded. All right, we're going to get in our first field snapshot. I'm guessing it's going to be it's going to be about 30 laps, the first pit window, maybe a little bit under that. But we're going to get the first snapshot, see where all your favorite drivers are. Where are you at, Andre?
I'm right here, Steve. We have Dorothy in the lead right now. Who cares, man? Who cares? We're looking for the hot names. Newman for Chad Crow and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar for Chad Crow in the top 10. That does not look good for B. Spinney in the Owners' Championship. B. Spinney does have Daenerys Targaryen and Dwight Schrute there, but he's losing points on both of those drivers. We did expect Newman to be up front, but not Alex Trebek. Where's Alex Trebek? Alex Trebek has dropped to P19, so that's good. Where's McGruber? McGruber's dropped to P35 for B. Spinney. That's a rough. That's a big hit, but it's still early. It's still early, Steve. A lot can go on here. Bob Vila, as far as the individual points go, Bob Vila is P37. John Denver is P28. Nathan Jessup has moved up to P17, so right now Nathan Jessup is winning the championship. But John Denver was 1 point ahead of Bob Vila here coming into this, so now he's 10 points ahead of him right now. But oh boy, this is just hot stuff. The Guinness World Records lady did come over and certify my erection added it to the tally. We'll try to get the official tally for you. It's just a historic day for NASCAR. It's the fastest growing sport in America, and it's just, this day will live forever. This is pretty much like the 1992 Hooters 500, pretty much. And as you said, Steve, before the race, we're not going to be looking at all these other trucks unless these big names fall. And right now, we're not seeing it. Dorothy's in the lead. Good for her. Good for Ron Guay. But that's all I got for now. Back to you, Steve.
All right, thanks, Andre. A lot of good information there. We're on lap 18 now. I'm guessing pit stops in the next 10 laps. I did have exactly what I wanted right behind Nathan Jessup, but then I missed a turn just as I was coming back. And sorry, B Spinny, letting Alex Trebek move his way to the front, but I'm telling you, don't change your channel, because these pit stops with all of the trucks going real fast and real close to each other, there is the potential for a wreck. Your truck can get caught a lap down. All the Chad Crow's trucks can just like they happen to be all at the front at Talladega. They could all get caught a lap down here. This is a fun Texas, I'd say. It's just real fast, white knuckle. That Texas race, I was basically crying during that race. Always bittersweet to be at Atlanta because I know the season's coming to an end. That's all I got. I totally forgot to check where my pit stall is. I see it. I'm also recording this before the Talladega video gets posted and before the season 3 entries are opened, so I'm not sure what kind of response we've had to that. But I don't know. like this was a really cool setup we had here. You know, all the teams, we were able to have overall points championship. We were able to have the owners championship with 3 trucks. That's a lot of trucks on your team. It was just that made for some good stuff here. But I mean, basically 12 owners would be 36 trucks, 12 times 3, which would leave me 4. So anything over 12, the format we use this season wouldn't work with my drivers, you know, saving $10 or whatever. So I don't know what I would do going forward. But I'll figure something out. I was already thinking of, say we even had 40 or 39 owners, 39 different people owning trucks. We would basically split the season into thirds. We would do 3 10-race seasons. Just so, you know, say you're Fleetwood Mac and you were out of it like 5 races into the season or 10, like there'd be no incentive for you to watch the, you know, unless you just enjoy watching it. There'd be no incentive for you to watch and cheer on your truck. So we would have to split it into 10 race seasons or something. I don't know. We'd come up with something. We can actually just brainstorm and come up with something. All right, lap 26. Pit stop's probably coming. And I'm going to try to squeeze in one last commercial break this race. I won't really skip too many laps while we're at the commercial break. but I forgot to do the PBS promo for my favorite show growing up. So you'll see what that is. I don't know if it was my favorite show. It was just, I don't know. It was fun. We should be seeing pit stops here very shortly. Wednesday Adams now in the lead. Oh, son of a horse's ass. John Denver has made his way up the field here. I don't see Bob Vila. This is kind of by design. I kind of went to the high side thinking when the pit stops were coming. And it really took me out of my flow. All right, Walker, Texas Ranger with a weird move there. Yeah, we got pit stops. Let's just hope everyone survives. Andre the Giant, pit road is going to be a buzz. Let us know what's going on there.
Yeah, hey, Steve, Rod Woodson on pit road right now. The Bryce truck. Has had some good races this season. Was running up front at Nazareth. I think he was leading or up near the front at the Coca-Cola 600 or the Sherman, whatever we called it. And Bryce, of course, I don't want to wreck here. Or Steve doesn't want to wreck there. So, okay, what was I saying? The pit road is crazy right now, Steve. Mark Martin is coming in this next lap. Darth Vader's right on Mark Martin's balls. We're looking for any little wreck. We got Willy Wonka wrecking. Don't bring out a yellow. Please don't bring out a yellow. Because I kind of cheated the system here. No, bring a yellow. Because look. Steve. Steve, back to you, Steve.
All right, thanks, Andre. Yeah, I am. Nathan Jessup is right here. He hasn't pitted yet. So if a caution had come out, we would have been in really good shape. But yeah, it looked like that was Willy Wonka that got turned around. Looks like some trucks got involved. Some trucks got messed up here.
The leader is now on pit road.
Hank Hill, you son of a bitch. Oh, who hit Hank Hill is on just a demolition tour. He plowed into me. He plows into my teammate, Nathan Jessup. Bullshit is what that was. Shows you how intense this race was. I totally forgot I was running with Andre. Or speaking with Andre. As Andre.
5:55, 4,500 in second.
All right, Nathan Jessup, let's go.
Hey, watch your speed.
Shut up.
4,500 in second. Clear pit lane, get going there.
I don't see John Denver anywhere. Oh, thank God. I thought I was going to spin out on that grass. Oh, yeah, but the field got split up big time with whatever happened. I most likely have a camera on the start-finish line right here. Hello, everybody. I'm going to try to track down these next trucks. Wednesday Adams still in the lead. Alex Trebek for Chad Crow up to, we'll let Andre talk about it on the next field snapshot. And the importance of all that. And when, where all of B Spinney's trucks are, and Chad Crow, where John Denver and Bob Vila are, you can kind of get an idea if you're looking at the hot action. So, we have Conan O'Brien DNF'd. Oh no, John Denver's P37. Andre's going to be mad for me letting you know, but John Denver may have gotten involved in something. That might be killing his chances. Bob Vila's P24. And Nathan Jessup's, I don't know. I can't look at the standings. I'm trying to catch these sons of bitches. Oh, man. I'm really dragging in the turn there. Really bottoming out. But I don't want to spend the tires here. I don't want to use up these tires because I need them at the very end, the tail end of the run. But I am getting around here pretty quick. All right, we have a 20 Godzilla right now. Not surprising, Godzilla's in last place. He's 24 seconds back. If I can get good intervals and I'm not in the turn, we'll get a good field snapshot here. Nah. Next lap. Near the backstretch, we should be able to get a good field snapshot with intervals.
Hey, thanks, Steve. We are on lap 39, 74 laps to go. Rod Woodson in the lead for Bryce. So I don't know where he was before pit stops, but he and Wednesday Adams are 2 seconds ahead of the next truck, which is Alex Trebek. So that is good for Chad Crow. So he came in 24 points ahead of B Spinney. So we'll try to do this math here. Alex Trebek is in P3, the first B Spinney truck. Oh boy, is P16 it looks like. So add 13 to 24, so that's 37. Chad Crow's next truck is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar P7. B Spinney's next truck is Dwight Schrute P27. It's not looking good. It's not looking good for B Spinney. It's not even worth talking about anymore until Trebek and Abdul-Jabbar drop, possibly. And Chad Crow has Newman there in P15. Just a dominant team here down the stretch. John Denver, meanwhile, if you saw the wreck during the cautions, or during the pit stop, John Denver was involved in that jam up going on the pit road. He could actually stayed out on the track, but he tried to make some power move to come down, and got spun out Godzilla or something, and Conan O'Brien got turned around on the track. Definitely looked like there should have been a caution thrown, but there wasn't. And of course, Willy Wonka was involved in that as well. So John Denver is in bad shape right now for the overall championship. And then Bob Vila is P24. And son of a bitch, Nathan Jessup's P25. So right now, Bob Vila has I think a 4-point lead right now on Nathan Jessup. He came in 3 points ahead of him, I think, right? And he's 1 spot ahead of him now, so he's 4 points ahead of Nathan Jessup for the second place. But right now, Bob Vila is beating John Denver for the overall championship. But hang on, now that John Denver's fallen, Joe Dirt there is in P13. And he was 24 points behind? I don't know, brother. And then Newman is P15. He has to gain 20-some points. He's only 10 spots ahead of Vila. But Joe Dirt right now is 11 spots ahead of Vila when he needs to be 20-some. So we'll keep an eye on Bob Vila. Bob Vila might have to drop into 30, or Newman and Joe Dirt have to move up. All right, this is Andre. Over and out.
Yeah, take a breath, brother. Just calm down. Yeah, it's just something has to happen to Chad Crow if B Spinney has a chance. And John Denver needs some help on the next round of pit stops somewhere, somehow, in order to make up for time lost, or just a caution. Get a caution somewhere and look out. And we do have a random caution in this race somewhere, so don't change the channel. Again, Alex Trebek, all those Chad Crow trucks could fall back out of that top 10, wreck on a restart. A truck could blow their engine right in front of them. Look out, Loretta. Anything can happen. We're on lap 46. I am slowly catching. What Andre forgot to mention is I'm right behind Nathan Jessup and Bob Vila here, so I'm just trying to catch them, and then latch on to Nathan Jessup and push him ahead of Bob Vila. But then we still need to gain some more points on Bob Vila. I don't know how the hell we're going to do that without a caution. But yeah, lap 47, 112 laps. That's a lot of laps. With 65 laps to go, Rod Woodson and Wednesday Adams still in the lead out there. Doc Holliday, one of his best runs recently, since maybe all season, running P4, Bigfoot P5. Chad Crow's 2 trucks up there, P6 and P9. B Spinney might need a miracle.
Ah, you've returned my grandfather's hammer. Thank you, hero. Ah, I see you've also slain the dragon of Schmagenrog using a sword of Vikendi. Thank you again, hero.
Shop.
What can I do you for?
2 steel ingots.
Coming right up.
What is going on?
Oh, don't mind us.
It's pretty hard not to.
We're just here for in-world ambiance.
Well, if you could not, that would be appreciated.
Well, sorry, friend. It's our job. We've got to.
All right, we are back here at the season finale, the Country Crock 170 at Atlanta. Hot stuff. We have pit stops coming up. We're on lap 54. Stay tuned after the race for an all-new episode of Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego? Follow the Teenage Gumshoes as they answer geographical trivia questions and try to track down that bitch. There are rumors that she is in our next season as well. Although that would really finally answer the question on where she is. She's in a YouTube season on the internet. But it's after the race on PBS Sports, your home for NASCAR. All right, my tires are ass at the end of the run. I really spent them trying to catch that group, and it just... I really should have just known it wasn't going to happen. And my saving grace right now is just drafting Dwight Schrute. No DNFs, no nothing during the commercial break. And yes, we still have a random caution. But thankfully, I don't think we're going to get a caution on pit stops. Because the field is really just... they're going to be spread out here. We shouldn't have a traffic jam going down on the pit road. So you can see I was able to hang with them at the end of the first run, but not this, because I was driving like a buffoon, even though my tires aren't even yellow. I really need to catch up to Bob Vila and Nathan Jessup. Probably no field snapshot right now, but if I'm smart, I'm at least showing you where your trucks are at. But yeah, no offense, but all eyes are just on these the big names in the points. Tell you what's not good for Chad Crow. If you have reason to worry, Chad Crow has Alex Trebek P4, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar P6. I don't know if you want trucks running right near each other here, because if a wreck happens, they both get involved. Most likely. Man. That would flip everything on its head. We should be seeing pit stops here right now. I don't think we can afford to go to Andre. it was funny. It was that one Talladega race. That's easy to do. Here it's just chaotic, and I really can't even look at the standings. All right, we have pit stops. Hopefully Nathan Jessup stays out. Bob Vila is on pit road. I hope he collapses or something. I don't know, but we'll see if we can go in with Mr. Miyagi. And I do want to go in with a truck because I can cheat the pit road entry here and really gain time on them that way, because they really go in there like a grandma. So you can see like this, I could just cut down in front of Mr. Miyagi here most likely, but I'm just not going to. I'm just going to try to limit where I'm at here. All right, so that isn't the commitment line. This one is, because Hank Hill gave us the business and Darth Vader just took off there. So, okay. All right, good stop here. Come on. This is just emotional stuff. 15 laps to go, brother.
Go, go, go. Get going there. 5 is the speed limit. 55. 4,500 in second. Hey, watch your speed. 4,500 in second. Clear pit lane. Get going there.
All right, Darth Vader and Miyagi are right here. There's Dwight Schrute way ahead of us now.
Is now on pit road.
My pit stop, my pit road entry, everything was just pure sack. And I'm not even gonna be able to race with. I'm not gonna be able to have anybody to even draft with right now. This is putrid stuff. And I can't waste my tires, or else I just lose it all at the end of the run anyway, like a turd. All right, Nathan Jessup, I got news for you. I think Nathan Jessup led a lap. Let's factor in that bonus point. What a performance by Nathan Jessup. But unfortunately, oh, wait a minute. I think Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is stuck on pit road. Andre the Giant, what do you got for us on pit road?
Hang on, Steve. Yeah, it looks like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is now a lap down. He's showing a lap down, Steve. This might shake everything up. I don't know what happened. I wasn't really watching pit road. I was checking out the things over there. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is now P39, a few laps down. He's going to be a couple laps down. Oh boy. But I'll see you on the field snapshot here in a couple laps.
Okay, Andre, calm down, buddy. We'll figure it out. Smokey the Bear and somebody else is showing a lap down too. Godzilla. And Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, he might just be perpetually stuck on pit road like he was at Bristol. It's a damn shame too. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, I think he finished P2 like 4 times this season or something. Could never get a win. Right now, Edward Scissorhands is 3.5 seconds behind me. I just want to catch up to Darth Vader, and I can't do it. As usual, I probably panned up to show the standings. But the final people in this snapshot, the intervals won't be right, but whatever.
Okay, Steve, here we go. Alex Trebek has come out P2. Coming into this race, Chad Crow was 24 points ahead of B Spinny, so let's see what's happening here. Trebek right now, the first B Spinny truck is Daenerys Targaryen, so that's 9 points. So I think it's 33 points now. Chad Crow has the lead on B Spinny. Newman, wow, Newman's dropped to P24, and Dwight Schrute is right near him. So, and he's 3 spots ahead of Newman. So subtract 3. Where are we at? 33, 30. Chad Crow has a 30-point lead on B Spinny, but now with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in P39, B Spinny needs MacGruber to make some moves here. Or not real, he doesn't. MacGruber doesn't need to gain 30 spots, but he kind of does. I mean, we just did the math of the 2 trucks, so then MacGruber's got to make it to P9 here somehow. This is intense, or have Alex Trebek fall. I don't know. As far as the overall points battle, Bob Vila P16. Nathan Jessup's dropped to P22. It's looking good for Bob Vila right now. And John Denver P33. Back to you, buddy.
All right, thanks, Andre. That was some good, quick math you did. And I do believe it's accurate. Just that Kareem, it looked like that was Turd Ferguson. Andre forgot to mention how that happened. But it seems like there's a lot of banging on pit road, and Turd Ferguson hit Kareem Abdul-Jabbar at just the wrong angle, I guess. Just a disaster for Chad Crow, but thankfully, looks like Kareem is back on the track, though. But he's 5 laps down, so we'll see if that comes into play at all. And B Spinny needs a caution. The only way that this gets shaken up, I think, is Trebek getting DNF'd or something, or caution. That just gets this makes this a free for all again. We have 40 to go. Time is running out on B Spinny though, and I did spend some time in the replays to find everything that's happening. So sometimes the rain of caution falls during that replay. And I don't, it won't pop up that it actually happened, Meanwhile, I'm a turd. I'm just not, I can't stay with anybody, and I'm going to use up my tires, and I'm going to have trouble again at the end of this next run. But, I mean, this is just a lame duck race. If I'm not helping Nathan Jessup, there's nothing I can do. Anyway. Tell you what, we're in that weird window right now that if the random caution would come out, we're going to see splash and go action here again because it's around 30 laps, the pit window. We're at 39 to go right now. Maybe a couple more laps, it would almost be a guaranteed splash and go at the end, which wouldn't bode well for me because my tires are already garbage at the end of the run. Then I would have to survive another 9 laps. But I also have no I don't have any nothing to gain here. Unless, again, I can find Nathan Jessup and push him up to the front or something. So this is what they call dead air. So I'll see, we're on lap 75. I'll see you in a few laps.
Oh, we got a yellow.
There she is.
Come on, keep digging, right back to the stripe. Okay, we're under caution there. Lower up. Pit road is closed.
You'll just have to believe me that I don't press the button to make it, it's random caution. Just flew. I'll let everything slow down and I'll show you. Because right now it's going to be hot drama. We're going to be pitting with 30 to go right on the window. So some trucks might do splash and go, some won't. But after everything gets, I don't want to interrupt the everything happening on pit road here. So after we're off pit road, we will look at the random caution generator that just flew.
Okay, man, pit road is open for business.
All right, this is intense. Keep an eye on your trucks here on pit road. They might get banged. See if your mom's going to get banged,
In turn 1.
for example. Andre the Giant on pit road. What do you got?
Yeah, thanks, Steve. Hot action on pit road. Everybody, the fans are cheering everybody on. Turd Ferguson with a good pit stop. He's in and out. Nathan Justice in and out. There's your mom sneaking out there up near the front. That's good stuff. Mark Martin, he's trapped. I am hearing that they did a good job on their pit stop, Steve. And looks like there's some debris on pit road. Some banging is going on. Joe Dirt is stuck on his stall or something. I don't know. And I'm guessing... Oh no, I just lost my feed, Steve. I'm guessing everyone's left pit road. So, back to you.
Okay. Thanks, Andre. I want to show the random caution when we get on the front stretch here. Or there might be some lap down turds pitting here, but who cares? Because they're lap down turds, which is probably Kareem, Smokey, and some of the turds. No, but I'm going to pause the game, hit escape, and random caution right here. Just fell. Fell 2 minutes ago, roughly, would it be? That doesn't show if I just would reach up and press the caution on the key whenever this is running. So, okay. All right, the field is in turn 2 for this restart. Andre the Giant, what do you got? And how many of those copies of that album that you made? How many copies did you sell?
Go to hell, Steve. I knew you were going to bring that up. Yeah, I've only sold 24 copies, but we're not worried about that right now. We're looking at the standings. Alex Trebek is P2. Daenerys Targaryen P5. So coming in, Chad Crow was up 24, so now he's up 27. But then you have Dwight Schrute P20 and Newman P25. So subtract 5 there. Chad Crow is now only 22 points ahead of B Spinney. And then McGruber's P29. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is P39. So now Chad Crow only has a 12-point lead over B Spinney here down the stretch. And John Denver near the back of the pack. Nathan Jessup and Bob Vila running P13 and P14. Nathan Jessup does have a bonus point for leading a lap in the bag. And Mark Martin is starting P27 here on the restart, and he needs to try to catch up to Nathan Jessup and help him out. And John Denver, he might be damaged from that earlier stuff that happened earlier in the race. We're going to see what he's doing here on this restart, but he might, if he's not damaged, he can probably get into the conversation here. Mark Martin having a lot of trouble on the restart back there. Takes a few laps for Mark Martin for this setup. For Mark Martin to figure out the setup. He definitely doesn't want to wreck and affect the race right now because he's not in any kind of battle, but he does want to catch up to Nathan Jessup. But yeah, I knew you were going to bring up the album thing. I was talking to the Jolly Green Giant during the caution there. I wished him the best. I was thinking about giving him a quick kick in the nuts, but then it occurred to me that he might not have nuts because he is like a plant man or something. I don't really ask people about their, what they identify as, but I don't know. On this restart here, Rod Woodson's still in the lead. Doesn't look like John Denver is damaged at all. it looks like Bob Vila has moved up ahead of Nathan Jessup. But something to keep an eye on, Steve. Down the stretch here, we restarted with like 30 laps to go, and that's kind of the pit window here for fuel. But we saw a couple of trucks on that very first run we had make it to lap 32. Some pitted earlier than that. I don't know. It's going to be intense. You can't write this stuff. You cannot. You would send a script into Disney and they would pee on it because it's not realistic. Nobody would believe it. But the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar DNF, courtesy of Turd Ferguson, is really shaking things up here, Steve. Mark Martin getting more comfortable in the back of the pack, making a power move underneath Willy Wonka. I'm not sure if we're showing that on the replay or if we're even in the replay anymore. Or in the live act, you know what I'm saying, in the live action dual shot that PBS is known for. Nathan Jessup, son of a bitch, has moved back. He's not looking good here on the restart, Steve, but we'll send it back to you. You're, looks like you're racing there with John Denver, Steve, or you're Mark Martin. I've never figured out exactly what the situation here is with the broadcast, but back to you.
Yeah. I am behind John Denver in my only... Nathan Jessup had a bad start, but he makes a move down in front of John Denver. That's huge. Because we need him to move to the front, but Bob Vila is sitting pretty right now in P9. And John Denver is probably going to make a power move on Nathan Jessup here. Yep. And I'm not going to hold anybody up. I just got to go. I don't think I'm going to save that extra $10. But at the same time, Nathan Jessup has been one of the late pitters. There's no way you can go into a... there might be a way you can go into a car file and make a certain car... what am I trying to say? Be better with their fuel mileage. There's no way to do that, to the best of my knowledge. And it's just like the luck of the draw. But Nathan Jessup made it to lap 32 on that first run. So he might be able to stay out. That would be very controversial. But it's $10 and so whatever. But we're down to 21 to go. I think with everything's kind of singling out now, and I showed some hot action on this restart, so I don't know exactly where B. Spinney and Chad Crow's trucks have ended up. But we're going to get a snapshot here from Andre in a couple of laps. It would have helped. Alex Trebek's now in the lead, or he's fighting for the lead with Rod Woodson. And Daenerys Targaryen is nowhere to be found in the top 10. Wow, she dropped back to P28 on this start. Wow, I didn't even see her. Oh, Darth Vader, he's on like a surge. He's on like one of those random just hot runs the AI gets. I wasn't prepared for it. Gotta let him go. And Nathan Jessup's dead in the water. My only hope is some weird pit windows at the end of the race now. There is still some hot racing going on. Bob Vila, I think, is way up there now, though. All right, we're going to get a snapshot from Andre. What do you got?
Yeah, Steve, 16 laps to go. Let's take a look at the points race here. Alex Trebek in the lead, so you can add an extra 6 points or whatever we give him for winning the race. We're not going to do that right now, but right now he's 10 spots ahead of Dwight Schrute, the first B Spinny truck. So now Chad Crow up 34 points in the owner's battle. But then you really have to go down in the standings to find everything else going on. MacGruber is the next B Spinny truck, 6 spots ahead of Newman. So 34 minus 6, 28, 27, 28, something like that. And then Targaryen 10 spots ahead of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. So it's like a 17, 18-point lead that Chad Crow has on B Spinny right now. But you can add an extra 6 points for the Trebek lead winning the race. So it's going to come down to who pits here at the end, who has the good fuel mileage. Bob Vila might be running away with the overall championship right now. He's up in P9. John Denver is going to try to make it. He's in 19th right now, and Nathan Jessup just fell on the restart. Nothing you can do there. If you're AC Racing, he's in P34. And then Pete Rose is, I don't know what he's doing. He's 20. He's getting lapped up there or something. But we're going to send it back to you. I mean, you deserve to call the end of this race here, Steve.
So yeah, not looking good for me with Nathan Jessup. But again, it's all going to come down to potential pit stops here at the end. I tell you what, I think I'm wondering if I incurred damage with that Hank Hill giving us the business on that first pit stop, because I'm able to hang with them, sure. I don't know, it just feels weird. Yeah, Bob Vila just dominated on that start. The whole season came down to that restart. And Nathan Jessup got just moved to the back like, I don't know. And Daenerys Targaryen, that was probably the biggest. That was the biggest surprise. She was keeping pace with Alex Trebek, and then she wasn't. And also, I have no idea how the hell Nathan Jessup was in P15. How he gained so much time on pit road? Probably because pit road was jammed up, but then he pits later when no one's on pit road. I don't know. All right, we have 10 to go. Now we're going to have another, not an issue, or we might. I mean, we're going to have we have the field all racing tight together now. We might have another jam up going on to pit road, and who knows who knows who's going to be involved with that, if there is one. And even if there are pit stops, I don't know. Here comes MacGruber. Where'd he come from? In the Wood Brothers truck. I'm going to let him go. I mean, that's a B Spinny truck trying to make his way to the front, gain whatever points they can on Kareem. I'm not going to affect that. MacGruber is, without a doubt, I mean, he's P18 right now. We'll see if he can make it into the Legend Series. Your mom might not make it. I don't know how it's going to shake out. But MacGruber's on a charge, and he's my MVP of the season, period. The only reason B Spinny is even in the position right now to try to get this Owners' Championship is because of MacGruber. But you know what's funny is I may with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Newman kind of having a bad run. Some of those other owners that I haven't talked about all race, they might sneak up here. And I'm trying to figure it out, but I'm trying to not wreck here. I'm trying not to affect the end of this race.
Clear down low, inside. Clear down low. Car inside there.
Because who's next below B Spinny? I can't remember. I've been so obsessed with B Spinny. But I think there was a truck that was like 50 points back or 70 or something. And if you have both of your team's trucks in the top 10 right now, you're gaining 60 points on Newman and Newman and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar right now. So I may have totally missed the mark. Trying to keep track of the points here. But if I did, I'll have realized that, and I will have all the live updates. I would have to put in, the as they runs and stuff during the snapshots if there's like something crazy's going on right now that I don't know about. Yeah, I think my truck just got beat up by Hank Hill, I think. All right, 4 to go. If we're going to see pit stops, they're probably going to be coming here. Doesn't look like anything's going on yet. And I'm staying high in 3 and 4. I'm losing spots, whatever. I just don't want to affect pit stops here. We do have a truck on pit road. Holy cow. A green truck, I think. Andre will not help us out with that at all. Not seeing any other weird moves, though. Two to go, brother. I did hear my spotter in this race call it the pace truck, even though it's all the car call outs, so whoops. This is the one I had uploaded to the internet. I gotta fix that. All right, final lap. And I don't know who was on pit road there. Might have been Smokey the Bear, because nobody's really showing an extra lap down or something. So pit stops did not factor into this. Randy Savage. Alex Trebek dropped a P6. I don't know, brother. I don't know what's going to happen here with these points. Randy Savage back-to-back wins. That's not... Okay, now where was RFY in the standings now? RFY had Randy Savage. Oh, he had John Denver, and then the Hulkster was back here too. So he's probably not going to get a big boost here points-wise. But again, I would have had live standings if something ridiculous was going on.
Even under 5:55, 4,500 in second.
Just to finish off the season. If she doesn't make it, if she doesn't make it into the Legend Series, we're just going to bang your mom. Missed her. Story of my life. Chad Crow, the owner's champion. But take a look at R.A. Kaiser sneaking into second place. I didn't notice that during the race at all. And then in post, whenever I put these together, I saw that R.A. Kaiser got ahead of B. Spinney. And I went back in the race and tried to find out what happened. And we're going to look at the results after this. And, I mean, there was no point in the race where I could gin up the suspense for that. It's hard to explain. But if you're R.A. Kaiser, you were probably jumping up and down when you saw Kareem go down, and you had Doc Holliday running up front, Edward Scissorhands making moves, John Wilkes Booth had a good position on that restart, I think, late, and then just dropped. But congratulations to Chad Crow. And Bob Vila, that's just a slam dunk that he won the overall points championship. But we'll try to figure out how to give away the money here. But there is going to be a 1-week grace period for possibly R.A. Kaiser or B. Spinney or Dumbman Low for John Denver to file a formal protest in case I didn't at some point at all during the season if I messed up the standings somewhere in the results. You have 1 week from today to file an official protest in the comments, or you can also just leave a comment and say that you concede. So you gotta do everything by the book here. And then taking a look at the results here, Randy Savage, 2 straight wins to cap off the season. That was a feast or famine season, I said multiple times. Walker Texas Ranger, he was floating. There was a chance he wasn't going to make it into the Legends Series. We're going to see that after the results, but he definitely did make it with that P4 finish. And Alex Trebek and Doc Holliday. The Doc Holliday's the R.A. Kaiser truck, so he was he came in 54 points behind Chad Crow, so he was even there. So now he's 55 points back, as those standings show right there. But John Wilkes Booth, I think he was P14 on that last snapshot. But yeah, Bob Vila's up there, and John Denver. That was your championship race. John Denver made a hell of a charge there late, just couldn't get it done. And then you have Edward Scissorhands down there in P10 as well. And so right now, like I said, it's a 55-point deficit. Chad Crow over R.A. Kaiser. So we'll find Chad Crow's next truck on the next page. His next truck is Newman on the second page of the results. And Edward Scissorhands was 10, so he gained 25. We'll just round it up to 25 here. He was 55. Now he was only 30 points behind. Chad Crow here. And John Wilkes Booth had a big drop on that during that snapshot. He got caught out on the outside. If he would have been able to sneak down to the inside, he wouldn't have dropped to P24. He might have made it up to 10th or near Edward Scissorhands to make up the. He would have had to have finished 30 spots ahead of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Random bonus points for leading the lap notwithstanding. If he could have made it up to P9. That could have possibly been wild, and we wouldn't even have known about it. And again, R.A. Kaiser would have been jumping up and down, hitting his head on the ceiling the whole race. But if that was the case, I would have put something in during the race and post like, "Hey, watch this! Uh-oh." Daenerys Targaryen too. That's a huge drop. P32 on that one restart, and I mean, even if she stays in 16th right now. Because Chad Crow lost the championship by 16 points, or B. Spinney lost the championship by 16 points. If Daenerys Targaryen stays in the teens, B. Spinney wins. Just a lot of drama here. And Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, of course, being on pit road for 4 or 5 laps after getting hit by Tardfarg, that changed everything. And then finally, the bonus points. John Wilkes Booth got in. Okay, John Wilkes Booth had got an extra point, but also Trebek got one, so those evened out. Him and Chad Crow. But then R.A. Kaiser got a Doc Holliday bonus point there. No Scissorhands, no Newman, so that was an extra bonus. So, I mean, it's still, you still lost by 14 points. R.A. Kaiser, that's a rough one. And then the 3 fastest laps. Oh, and then R.A. Kaiser got a Edward Scissorhands bonus point too. Holy crap. So that's how he was able to pretty much with these bonus points actually leapfrog B. Spinney there at the end. But there is no prize for second place. And yet when that music hits, we are in the home stretch of the season. There's your 10 legend trucks making it to the next season. Bob Vila, John Denver, Jessup, Scissorhands, Dart Walker. And then Newman from Seinfeld, Alex Trebek, Hank Hill for Phil Siborowski, and Bigfoot. When we eventually run that Legend Series, who knows where we'll all be at in our lives. I'm not sure if truck ownership will carry over there. If people are invested and they're, I just don't want to track people down and feel bad that I give away their truck to somebody else. But I don't know. We'll figure it out because we have Bob Vila, RFY, Ari Kaiser, Ron Guay, Matt Geiger. That's 5 different owners. And then Newman and Trebek for Chad Crow back to back. But then Hank Hill, Phil, and then Bigfoot for Dumbman Low again. Or who did I say? Bob Vila? I think I said Dumbman Low was Bob Vila. But yeah, congratulations to Dumbman Low. And again, this overall points, John Denver, RFY. You have 1 week to file an official protest. That's 4 points. If you want to go back and go through the races and calculate all of the, I mean, you can do it for $1 million. I would. I don't know if I would do it for $45, but I don't know. But these are the final standings, and Bob Vila, 814. There, the top AI driver. In our season 1, the top AI driver was DB Cooper, and he had 817. So Bob Vila had pretty much a season on par with DB Cooper from our first season. John Denver had 810. Stay Puft Marshmallow Man had 800. So John Denver was dominant as well. Just he was dominant. I was calling it out early in the season. He was just taking care of business. And what I want to do, I'm actually showing you I'll show you the back end of how I do everything here. Hang on. So here you go. This is how I read I'm in my editing software here, and I make the graphics, then I just read them when I'm in here. But I wanted to do a couple things that I didn't want to make graphics for, and we can just do it on the fly. But you see Bob Vila, John Denver, Joe Dirt, and Bigfoot with no DNFs. It's pretty wild. We'll be looking at the second page, and then you see Randy Savage down there with 3 wins. But take a look at MacGruber. Ended up being, 2019 P16. We're going to go take a look at this now. The final 15 races of the season. We're going to make a duplicate of this. We're going to wipe out the bonus column because it's going to be hard to know who had bonus points in the final. I'd have to go through each race to find the bonus points and everything. So we're wiping out bonus points, and then we're wiping out the first 15 races of the season. So the second half of the season, it's calculating those 15 races. The top point getter in the final 15 races was Mark Martin. But then Bob Vila. MacGruber was up there a few races ago. MacGruber, Hank Hill, Willy Wonka. What? Newman, Jessup, Denver, Julius Caesar. Look at Darth Vader, man. You gotta hang your hat on that one. But Godzilla, Blue, Dirk Ferguson, it's pretty remarkable. And you see Walker. Where's Walker, Texas Ranger? I know he's gonna be near the bottom-ish. Yeah, right there. 29th. Because you have to subtract 1. Because but that's that. Now I wanted to look at the team, the owners championship through all 30 races. And how I do that is go here, put that there, copy all that, and then I'll put that there. Chad Crow did win the overall points, not by a lot though. Chad Crow beat Ron Guay. That would have been my pick. Ron Guay would have been my pick. But B Spinny just MacGruber just carried him in that second half, and he was able to make up some ground there in the owners championship and everything. But Chad Crow would have been the overall season champion too. That's pretty incredible. And I think those are the things I wanted to check on the back end. But we had 58 DNFs this season. Oh, let's go to the second half here. Willy Wonka. This is 21 through P21 through P40, and I mean we probably should go back and say goodbye to some of these trucks. Actually, we have Darth Vader and Derek Ferguson, and let's do that. Going back to the first page, Julius Caesar, good win at Nazareth, good for him. John Wilkes Booth, one of my favorite. I mean, that's a great looking truck, but he just couldn't make it into the Legends Series. Only had one top 5. I think it was at Darlington, was it, or somewhere late in the season. Had one DNF that I can't remember off the top of my head where that was at, or was that at Canadian Tire Park when he was stuck in the wall? I don't know. Marie Antoinette, a big win at the road course, but who cares? Fleetwood Mac, always a Daytona 500 winner. Mr. Miyagi, it feels like 5 years ago, won at Vegas with everybody else a lap down after that caution. MacGruber, no wins, but again, just turned it on in the second half. Your mom, no top 5s. You son of a bitch. I mean, I wanted her to do well this season, and she didn't. Dwight Schrute had the win at Talladega. Randy Savage had 3 wins, Auto Club, and then back-to-back here at the end, North Wilkesboro and Atlanta here. And then going through 21 through 40, Willy Wonka, I mean, he sucked from the outset. Apparently, he was good in the second half of the season, so good for him. Oscar the Grouch, he was an early favorite to win everything, winning those back-to-back races early, but had DNFs. He had DNF at Nazareth and Charlotte there, right? He had one of the hardest hits we took all season. It was in Charlotte. But the hardest hit of the season goes to Albert Einstein. Where, okay, yeah, I was going to say, is he on this page? But yeah. And Darth Vader, he'll always be remembered for all those DNFs, and then I made a new car file that I guess fixed them. Wednesday Addams, just, I mean, she had some good runs here and there, nothing special. Kareem, I highlighted his 8 top 5s because, as I said, he had 3 or 4 top or P2 finishes, but let's not feel bad for Chad Crow, you know. Billy Ocean, he had a couple of good races, I think, but the Jacob and Deanna team, I think they're they might be the only people that have all 3, or no. Is that the only owner that has all 3 trucks on the back page? We'll see. Probably, maybe not. Because, of course, you got to go to the lower finishers, which was Bryce, who had Ferguson. No, Miyagi was on the first page, right? So, no. So Bryce isn't here. He has Rod Woodson there. And then Campbell Racing. Oh, it's Campbell Racing. Because Campbell Racing has Darth Vader, Einstein, and Gritty here. Where we at? We were Dorothy. Dorothy won at Dover. So that was good for Ron Guay. Albert Einstein took the hardest hit of the season at Michigan. Doc Holliday, great looking truck there with the Huckleberry Lemonade, but couldn't, did all he could for R.A. Kaiser here at Atlanta, but that was it. Rod Woodson, Andre talked about him at this during this race. Cardi B, the win at Miami, and then she was running near the front a few times somewhere. Daenerys Targaryen may have cost B. Spinney the championship here on that last restart. That was unbelievable. Conan O'Brien with the win at, Bristol? But a couple of DNFs, and he was the first DNF of the season. And then he DNF'd here. Yeah, so he capped off the season. He bookended his season with DNFs. And holy hell, Pablo Escobar, those are both Phil Siborowski trucks. Pablo Escobar won at Phoenix early in the season on fuel mileage. And then Smokey the Bear won at New Hampshire, but 3 DNFs. The big one was at Memphis. One of the big ones was at Memphis, and I'm trying to think of the other 2. Auto Club early in the season when he hit Turd Ferguson. And then Hulk Hogan, no top 5s. I guess he and your mom were the only trucks that didn't have a top 5. Interesting. Pete Rose, absolute turd, as I've mentioned. Gritty, always, I mean, he's the defending Coca-Cola 600 champion. Also won at, Pikes Peak. But he was just wrecking everybody late in the season. Pretty incredible. Godzilla got the win at Texas, but I mean, just awful season. And then Turd Ferguson, obviously, if there's one thing I could go back and I wish I could go back and change was jumping on the Turd Ferguson train early and getting him into a new car file. Probably should have done it after Indianapolis. Or I think, was that his last? It might have been his last mechanical DNF anyway. but I don't know. And that is all she wrote. Thanks for watching the season. The up to this point, the 20 legends are now taking some laps around the track. Looking good in the trucks. And yeah, I'll be back for season 3 at the very latest August 1st. I umpire baseball all through the summer, and it's actually the season starts as soon as the clocks change for high school. So I'll be doing that starting March 15th, and that goes pretty much all April, May, June, July, and then August it kind of dies down for a month before fall baseball. So that's where I'm at. That's why we got to take a break during the summer, which is prime, racing season. But I don't have time in the summer. But I will see you after summer. Well, it'll still be summer, but August 1st. I'm recording this before the Talladega video has been posted, so I'm not sure what kind of response we're getting on the owners of that next season. But we'll just play it by ear, see what happens, and I'll keep you. I'll stay active. Maybe once a month, post something for 10 minutes, running some laps, or show some progress on the next gen paint jobs and whatnot. Or even make an Andre the Giant spotter. I don't know. It's spotter pack. I don't know. But Andre, he's left the building. He was really upset about Jolly Green Giant taking that final spot. So, or taking that giant spot in the season. But he'll get over it, and he'll be back with us. I mean, he signed that contract. He will be back with us for season 3. If there's anything major that I forgot to mention, I'll put it in the comments or in the description. But as always, it was an awesome season. A lot of fun. A lot of good participation from all the owners. And again, any owners that finished close to the champion and you want to protest, you have 1 week to file a formal protest. Yeah. Well, I mean, if you file a protest, that means I would physically go back and recalculate all the points. I don't want to do that, but if someone wants me to, I will. I have nothing else to do other than painting 40 cars for our next season. But yeah, I'm just stalling. It's just sad to say goodbye. But like I said, I'll be posting videos here and there, firing everybody up for season 3. All right. Thanks for watching.